Hi everyone. I'm sorry for the 2-minute delay, but I had some internet issues and I've just connected to Jono's hotspot. So hopefully that will work. What is hilarious though, 5 to 3, Jono said, "Can I get Instagram so that I can watch you?" So we literally just signed him up for Instagram right now. So he could watch me, so he could sit in the garden and watch us. But it didn't work. I'm using him as a hotspot because our Wi-Fi's just dropped. But welcome to Tea with Lee, under the trees at 3. We have a special guest today. And we've got some cool things to talk about. So yay, we're glad you're here. Hi, Court. Hi, Heidi. I've seen Heidi already today. Heather. Hello, Heather. We'll wait a few minutes to see if we get some more people and see if my guest has joined us. And we're going to talk today. Hello, Chris. We're going to talk today about faith and faith in real life crisis. I actually have makeup on, but in this lighting I look quite pale. I should have maybe you need more makeup on when you're on Instagram. Hello, Salamin. I'm missing your face. Hello, Sam. We're going to go back to school, Sam, soon. I know. Okay, let's wait for Gail to arrive and then we can start. What are you drinking? Let me know what you're drinking. I am drinking chai latte, which is very sweet. What do you need? Hello, Evie. I'm going to wave at you. I just need to find out where, water. Good one, Heather. I just need to find where, Gail is. Should I just text her and ask where she is? Gail. Hi, Gail. Where are you? Tea, nice. I'm live. Hot water, lemon, and ginger. That's great. I don't know if I'm actually going to be able to finish this because it's very sweet. And it's actually quite warm. I should have had Earl Grey. Eve so fancy. Hello, Leah. I should have put out washing today because it's really nice and sunny. Haven't done much. I heard a rumor, while we're waiting, that C'est La Vie in Fishhook was selling coffee and pastries and went down there today to get coffee and pastries and they'd actually shut their coffee down. So I ended up with, hello Diana. I ended up with pastries only and no coffee. Okay, Gail's here. Gail, you've got to press a button that says request to be in Victory Church's video. Can you do that? I don't know if I can add you. Hi. Go live. Okay, I can add you. Yes, I want to come. Okay, I've added her. She's coming. Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
Shell shocked. No, just kidding.
I know.
No.
Gail and I were on a practice run now, and then my internet dropped, so I lost her. So we haven't practiced. This is as live as you can. Hello, Emma. This is as live as you're gonna get it. Okay, Gail, we ready?
Yep.
Okay, so
yeah.
Yeah, you want to say?
So how do we keep faith in a time like this? I think that's the question.
Yes, I was going to ask you that question. I was going to ask.
Okay.
I was going to look all fancy.
Okay, you can ask me.
Okay, I was going to intro. This is my intro. Okay. My intro was going to be that that I said on Sunday. If you joined us for Church with a Twist on Sunday, I said that I would be sharing our Live a Little story this on Wednesday for Tea Under the Tree with Lee. And when I woke up this morning, I was thinking about it, and I was thinking, yes, okay, that was a huge big thing that we are living through and we are dealing with on a daily basis, because Jono's health is doing well, but it's not always that great, and that I wanted to share that. And it is scary, and it was scary, and it will be scary. But the thing is, in the context of Jono's liver problem, there were very clear parameters. So the option is that he can have a liver he can live a very long life and need a liver transplant, and then have a liver transplant, and then have a life after that. Or he could die before he gets the liver transplant, and then you've got to deal with that. They were basically like, we had two options. We have two options. And in the time of that, it's very difficult to have faith, but it's easy to have faith because you know what your options are. You think, okay, if A, then B, if C, then D, and you can do that. And I was thinking that today, on a Wednesday, I was having a particularly bad morning, I think, after Cyril. Who else calls Cyril by his first name all of a sudden? Hey, he's like the president of the country, and we're just like, Cyril. So after Cyril's talk last night, I was a bit down because I saw it from so many different angles. And having faith in something huge like this is not easy. So that's why I thought, let's get Gail on the line and find out, because she has all the answers. Hey, Gail. Let's find out from Gail, who is a counselor, just so you know, and see what you kind of have for us about navigating something like this that is so huge, and how we do that. So yes, how do we have faith in this kind of a storm? Gail.
Yeah, and I think that you raise an important point, that is that you had some kind of definition where we don't know how long this is going to go on, and I think that is what brings a lot of anxiety and depression and fear for the future. But the point is that we've had faith for normal times, but what does our faith look like in this time? And our faith for normal times is not going to hack it for us. So we need to almost let our faith change shape and find new aspects of the Father by positioning ourselves in his presence. Yeah. I'll never forget when Peggy Price was diagnosed with ALS, with Lou Gehrig's disease. She said she just looked into an abyss, and she didn't have faith for dealing with that kind of diagnosis. And she then began a journey of faith and hope, which was an incredible story of delving for hope and searching for the aspect of the Father who stays his hand for her. But it's an incredible story. But we've got to understand that God is faithful, and he's not going to relax his hold on us or leave us helpless or forsaken. That's not his character. Yeah. And the victory's already been won for us. Yeah. And he's doing a new thing in each of us to anoint us and gift us for this particular time in the season of the world and our life and in church history. He will do that. Yeah. We therefore do need to position ourselves to receive this by taking time to come into his presence. It's intentional. It's a safe place. It's the kindest place to hide a moment with him. Yeah. And just say, I've got nothing. Yeah. Help me. And that is spiritually rejuvenating. What we want in life, what we really want in life, what we wish we could have, was safe certainty. Yes. But in this inconsistent world, that's not a possibility. What we need to attain to is safe uncertainty. What does that look like? One of Dee's sayings, I'm just going to read it, is hope does not mean wishful thinking or naive optimism. It means confident certainty. What? In the world? Certainly not. In the only consistent thing in our life, which is Father. Yeah. And that's where we need to place our hope, in Father, not in remedies or although we need to be wise and listen to and be obedient to the law and doing all the things that they ask us to do. So apart from being in the Word and prayer and worshiping and soaking in the Holy Spirit, I would encourage people to use the different options that Victory is providing for us in a time like this. The Bible study, chat for 15 minutes, your tea, chat, the service, and then the Zoom thing afterwards. Technology is really working for us in a time like this to keep us connected. And connection is absolutely, absolutely vital. So keep on meeting, Zoom meetings with your Connect group. It's such a joy. But But when we left to our own devices, which is going to be very easy to do, we're going to get stinking thinking, which leads us to how do we take care of our. So we've done a bit of the spiritual. How do we take care of our soul, which is what we're thinking and what we're feeling. Mm. Is there something you want to add to what I've said?
Yes, I would love to add, just as you were talking, and I know we chatted about it earlier, that on the days where I felt a bit unsure or a bit anxious, I suppose, I've made it, and you know what, I didn't, you said a word just now, it was intentional. I didn't do it intentionally. I just did it because that's what I needed. But that word intentional.
And what you do.
And I've realized that I do that. Yeah. If I'm feeling scared, then I do. And I organize something that I've got to show up to. So like last week, I organized that rainbow week. And we had to, it was so fun. We had to take a photograph of every color of the rainbow Monday to Sunday in the colors. And I had to get dressed. I had to get excited. I had to show up for people. And that really, really helped me. And then, like, today I was sitting there going, oh, honestly, like, I don't want to get up. I don't want to get dressed. I just want to watch series the whole day. It's really hard. I haven't done a course on how to do this. And I was feeling a little bit miserable. And then I had made a plan to meet someone. Not really. I made a plan to meet someone at 9 o'clock. So guess what? I had to show up. And it definitely makes it easy. Not saying you've got to do it every day, but if you, every now and then, you've got to show up for someone, you're definitely going to feel a bit better about it. So I'm going to be more intentional about that. That's one thing that's helped me.
Yeah, and I think that's vital to think of others or be other-centered at times of our life because it takes us out of ourselves. But what you also did was you had 4 friends that gathered around you. So this connection thing and safe people and people who uplift you and encourage you are the things that keep you motivated. Yeah. But what I wanted to point out is that when we're stressed, we forget to choose. And that's a very important thing to understand because if you're not choosing, you're not being intentional.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, which takes us to our mind, which is our choices and decisions and what we're thinking. So, what you're thinking and what you're listening to and reading have big influence on you. And we need accurate information, but to dwell on what might or might not happen will undermine you. So the moment you start saying what if, you know you're going to go to the worst possible conclusion. Yeah. So you need to guard your mind and find more positive counter statements. But they can't be positive. They can't be, I can do all things in Christ who strengthens me, or it's going to be okay. It's got to be something that resonates with your soul. So I had someone coming to me who was convinced he was going to be bankrupt. So we had to say, well, that isn't, and he was going to end up in the streets and blah, blah, and yeah. So we spoke through that. Yeah, he might go bankrupt, but you're going to do everything in his power to prevent that. And then the lie of the lack of support, or that his children wouldn't help him, and that he'd end up on the street. That is the kind of stinking thinking that it's so easy to get to when we're left with our own devices. And also, there's a lot of fake posts out there which really are very undermining. Yeah. So check if you're checking posts and things, check the validity of them, because that is just an easy way to guard your mind.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that's good.
So also, it's helpful to embrace the place that we're in, because there is opportunity in it with intimacy with our children and, of course, our spouses, to getting a chance to understand them more, what the world is them, what they're thinking and feeling, and what motivates them. So there's a new dialogue that can start to happen in this place, in families. I'm just looking to see what I've heard. But how do we stay motivated in a time like this? I think that's a question. Now, intentionality comes in there. I've asked I've been thinking about motivation in this time and being demotivated. And I questioned a number of different people with different contexts and responsibilities of how do they keep motivated. And I got lots of different answers because they're in different situations, from lecturers to students to people in corporate to people serving in the military. So I'm going to read you the list of what the replies were. Learning new things. I've signed up for a life coaching course. Setting time limits, i.e. breaking tasks into bite-sized pieces and rewarding, where am I? And rewarding oneself in a healthy way. E.g., for example, finding interesting activities, finding the value in work or tasks. Other things is finding novel things that spark your interest. Stay on top of your work or study deadlines on the one hand, and then giving yourself at times permission to not work a while, but you can't then think about work. Rather intentionally give yourself mental breaks. Another thing is to seek help. I have volunteered free Skype or Zoom counseling, but there are other resources. One being the, what is it called? The creative counseling. I'll send you the link. I can't find where I've written it now. Mental break, shift to perspective. A constant theme in the replies were responsibility and duty.
What was that?
Responsibility.
Okay, yeah.
I feel what's my responsibility to my family? What's my responsibility to the community? What's my responsibility to the country? And to step into those duties or obligations that are your purpose.
Yeah.
We have a responsibility to plunder the future of the spirit in this time. Love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithful, gentleness, self-control. So we can be a light to those closest around us. And in our work obligations and the way we serve our church family and the community. And if you're in the military, your country. So if you have something in place, a structure in place, like you know that's your responsibility, you know that's your duty, and being other-centered is so helpful, like you found, setting something up that you can step into. And also that means little things that keep in place, little things that make you feel good about yourself.
Yeah.
You know, meditation, whatever it is.
Yeah.
I can send people, if they want, they can just private message me. Again, that thing I wrote called Keeping a Quiet Heart.
Yeah, that's
because in it there's 13 steps to de-stress. Okay.
Yeah.
And then I also have another thing. One of the people that I asked about motivation was Murray Kilgar. And he is using 7 ways to make it through COVID-19. And I'm going to read you these, but I'm going to offer to send them to people that would like them.
Okay.
So Murray Kilgar says, keep your head right. Watch the saboteurs in your mind that lead you to anxiety and fear. The opposite to saboteur thinking is sage thinking, where we look for opposites and hope. And to add to that is whatever you're feeling, acknowledge, I'm going to get to feeling still, but to walk in the opposite spirit is what, you know. And if you think of the fruit of the spirit, all of those are opposite to fear or, giving up.
Yeah.
And things like that. We have a compass and not a map at this unprecedented time. Give your leaders support and space to get through this jungle. They really have your interests at heart. 3, agility, and he has an acronym FAT. Hate it, Murray. But it means it stands for flexibility, flexible, available, and teachable, which I think that is so valuable. What can I learn in this? I want to give it to the people responsible to. I have to be flexible because we don't know where this is or how or anything. When fishermen can fish, when fishermen can't fish, they mend their net. Stay busy. When fishermen can fish, they mend. Well, I think it's can't fish. They mend their net. Can't. And then stay connected with others. We are social creatures and need to be in touch. Don't shrink away. Keep the DNA safe. Love it. The 6th one is look after your own finances. Develop an A, B, and 2-minute noodles budget.
That's really good.
When you can't sell, help. Look after your clients now. You'll be rewarded later. The last one is love and leads our overflow of, lead out of the overflow of your love and relationship with God. But that, again, to live out of that, we need to choose to position ourselves in His presence.
Yeah. Yeah.
And be like that man at the side of the road that the Samaritan picked up. He had nothing.
Yeah.
But the Samaritan paid for the inn, put healing balm in his wounds. That's where a lot of us are. And people are afraid that the lockdown will go on, and people are afraid that it's going to stop. And they're equally viable concerns.
Yeah.
So I can't get into specifics about those, but as I said, if anyone wants to chat, you don't have to do an hour chat on Zoom or thing. If you just want a quick Zoom or thing, check-in thing. But moving from choosing and your thoughts, you have to guard your thoughts. Peggy said that when she'd read the word and get totally uplifted, and then switch the TV on and see the news and be, it's all gone. So we need to have soul-rich food to feed our spirits and our soul, not junk food.
Yeah.
But our hearts and feelings are neither right nor wrong. They just are. So acknowledge them, have compassion and kindness to yourself and those around you, and speak to the Father about the way you're feeling. Yeah. I've offered 3 things: get help. But just to also understand the place that we're in, a place of trauma and also of grief. There's lots of losses, just loss of freedom, loss of health, loss of the way things are, and the loss of normal. So they're huge. And to understand the grief process, we could be in denial, which is, or like, I wish this wasn't going on. I can't believe it is actually going on. But a positive part of denial is like putting things aside and saying, I'm putting in this box for now because I need to carry on with things that I need to focus on. And then it builds up ego strength so that you can face your sadness and your anger at all of this that's going on.
Yeah.
Until you come to a place of acceptance, which isn't resignation or capitulation. Acceptance is a place of power in all aspects of our life.
Yeah.
Okay, the other resource is Living Well Christian Counseling, and it's through King of Kings. They've got a number of different counselors on standby, including me.
Okay.
And I said earlier, it's important to keep the little things intact during this time, like staying connected with people who lift you up and encouraging. Make use of technology and listen to live chats from wonderful people like Lynn or Rose to fill up your faith and love tanks. There's lots of podcasts. There's lots of things that or otherwise you can choose to be in the doldrums, but ultimately it's not going to be helping yourself or the people around you. But that's why I keep on saying, be kind to yourself. Don't beat yourself up because you are in that place.
Yeah.
What you can say to yourself, okay, today I can't push through, so I'm going to put that duvet over my head. Or I can push through a little bit, so I'm going to pick up this or let this go. But to find the balance between being kind to yourself and not being self-indulgent.
Yes.
So to find that balance.
Yes.
Yeah. Anything you want to
add? I just had a few things that in the beginning. Is there a sound problem?
A little bit shaky. It's breaking up a little bit.
I was making a to-do list. Every day I would make my, and that's.
You're breaking up a bit, Lee.
Am I still?
No.
Am I good now? Echo.
Yes.
There is an echo. Okay, Gail, maybe you can wrap it up.
Okay, so also to look at yourself holistically is we body, soul, and spirit. So we've spoken about faith, spiritual things. We've spoken about your soul, but it's also important to.
Still an echo.
Oh dear.
Maybe it's me.
No, but the thing is that echo is fine, but you were breaking up. People can live with the echo.
Okay, carry on.
Well, okay, so if you're used to exercising, you need to find some way, and there's plenty of things that you can follow Siri and Jeff, can't remember. And you can go online and do Pilates. You can do your own thing, but it is important to keep your body to eat healthily. People are just eating because they're bored. So boredom is another kind of stress. Occupy yourself. Work. There's a whole therapy based on occupation. It's called occupational therapy. So yeah, keep your bodies healthy as well, and sleep. All of those things are just as important as the other two.
Hello.
Hello. I'm done.
Well done. Thank you for joining me.
Well, there's so much more to say, but we've got to keep it in bite-sized pieces.
Yeah.
And just maybe you can pray with us.
We can still hear you. Okay, I'm scared to talk. Okay, well, we're going to put those things on Facebook from Murray. Murray's also, if you go find Facebook, he's got great help. And
go
so nice to see
MurrayKilgore.com on Facebook. MurrayKilgore.com on Facebook, not his ordinary Facebook.
No.
Lots of wonderful stuff there. Okay. Lovely videos.
Maybe we'll convince him to. Okay. Thanks, everyone. Bye.
Thank you all. Love you lots. Bye.
Bye, guys.